Owning real estate is annoying. You have to get everything right. You have to get renting, you have to get the people you interact with, you have to get everything right. But it's very simple, but not easy. It's simple in that in order to make a residential real estate, I'm talking about houses and homes, profitable, all you have to do is just act as if you're living there. Do whatever it takes to keep the person happy that's renting from there and enable them to do whatever they need to do to feel happy there. Make it feel like a home for that person. I own 2 real estate properties, but I rent. And why do I rent? I'm renting because I'm seeing where the market's going. I feel like there's an excellent buying opportunity in these years, but I'm a little bit cash constrained as I've dealt with a lot of vacancy, a lot of problems related to real estate. Now, understanding that, you have to think carefully on your goals. You have to think and hence when to cut your losses and sell the property at a loss, or when to keep the property, or when to do anything with the property. You have to think carefully. One of my properties took longer to rent than the other, and I made a mistake in Zillow. So if you want to rent by the room, rent by the room. Do not accept any offers for the entire house at the rental room rate. If there's a problem, just list the entire house for rent. Don't worry about house hacking. Don't worry about that. Unless you really want to live with someone, do not house hack unless you can afford it. So I rent out the entire house, no roommates, no anything. I keep it relatively simple. I meet with people, I interact with people, I make people pay rent, and figure out who is the best fit for the property. You also have to learn to vet people properly. Vet that they are employed. Vet that they have income. If they're paying for Section 8, make sure they're good quality tenants. They have no complaints. You can forgive a few people for having a bad housing history or housing court records that show that they had problems with in the past with landlords. But if the problems are too recent, or the housing court records show that they've been evicted multiple times, that is a red flag. Not saying you shouldn't rent to them, because everyone needs a home, but you have to be very careful with who you decide to rent to. So with regards to renting, you have to think carefully. You have to be scrupulous and understand that not everyone has your best interest at heart. You have to be professional and businesslike. You have to make clear to them that if you are going to rent my property and you do not pay on time, I will take legal action against you, and it will be hard for you to find housing. Now, you can't be extremely cruel, but you can't be merciful either. You have to find the balance between being a good person and being a good landlord, and those two aren't always the same. For example, I discussed with my renter one time who wants to make modifications to that. I let them make modifications in some ways, but in other ways I heavily restricted their modifications, mainly because I had to make sure that there was no issue with the house and that the house was fixed properly. When you think of renting, not only do you have to vet, not only do you have to be on your toes, but you have to make sure that you're doing everything by the book, legally and fairly. Landlords provide a valuable service. They provide housing, and because of that, people resent them. So there's managing the political environment as well. So when you rent your house, or rent a property, or rent anything to other people, you have to make sure they take care of it as it was their own. You have to not rent to the type of people who hate landlords, or anti-wealth, or anti anyone getting ahead in life but themselves. Do not rent to an ungrateful person. Thank you.